Hi, my name is Missy. So let's do some readings. I have some new cards that I want to share with you guys today. I'm not exactly sure what kind of reading this is going to be, as usual. I'm just going to wing it like I always do. If you've been watching any of my most recent readings, you know that I've been trying to focus these readings around the cards that I've been purchasing to offer for sale on my website. And so here we have a new deck. This one is called the Universal Transparent Tarot. So very interesting deck. As you can see, each of the cards is basically transparent with the exception of, oh, I have them upside down. I don't have my glasses on, forgive me. I'm trying to be able to see the computer screen so I can see that whether or not the camera's focusing. So as you can see, it has the picture of each of the tarot cards, but for the most part the card itself is clear, and that's so that you can build them. See? So we're going to use them right now. We're going to use them in a reading. Let me actually explain a little further. This card here is part of the set. I actually glued it to the inside of my board so that I could use this to do this particular reading. I'm going to make some other real quick readings with this as well. But this is the background card that say once you pull your cards, if you put this over the background, then you can see your image there. You can build on top of it. Very cool. So let me show you the rest of, well, not a whole lot left, but there's this card which I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be for. I just took it out because it confuses me. I haven't figured out a way that I want to use it yet. So unless someone knows, but to be honest, I did not read the book. I don't ever read a book when I get a new deck of cards. That's my rule. And funny enough that I was just talking to someone this morning who I've been trying to teach how to read cards, and she was reminding me that one of the first things that I told her, which I know that I tell everyone this is the biggest and best piece of advice I can give to anyone who reads cards, which is throw the book away. When you get your deck of cards, throw the book away, put it in a drawer, put it somewhere where you're not going to look at it, where you're not going to read what someone else's interpretation of those cards is. You want to get to know the cards for yourself, right? So anyway, I did not read this book. I don't know exactly if this card here is supposed to have a special meaning, but this one was pretty easy to figure out. And as you can see, the book is pretty small and it has a couple of different languages here, so you're only going to get maybe 10 or 15 pages of information for the cards anyway, so you kind of have to figure it out with these decks. All right. So one thing I'm noticing with this deck, because I have been playing with it, excuse me, it's a little slippery. So if you're someone like me who likes to use lotion, that kind of stuff, like, you might want to pay attention to that, because they do get a little bit, they get slippery. I've had a few times that they just kind of slide everywhere and the cards fly. Other than that, they're pretty easy to handle, pretty well made. So let's get into it. What we're going to do is, I'm actually going to do the reading first here with the focus card. I'm going to show you guys how to build them to get your reading. Unfortunately, I do not have a camera that I can zoom in so that you can see the cards better. That's something I have to look at in the future. But I will explain it as we go, and then at the end we'll go ahead and pull some charms to see if there are any extra messages that your team wants you to have. All right, so take a minute to breathe with me. I'll go ahead and get the cards shuffled. I'm gonna have to do this. I didn't think about my cute little setup here. And actually, now that we're talking about the setup, that reminds me of something else that I wanted to explain for this reading. Because of the astrology that we have happening right now, we've got Venus combust, along with the solar eclipse happening. So Venus goes combust on the 23rd, I believe it is, and then we have the solar eclipse on the 25th. And so, you know, this is energy, especially with everything that was happening in Libra recently, all of this relationship energy that we have going on, the retrogrades. There's a very good chance that there will be, you know, relationships happening, relationship issues happening, love issues happening. So I wanted to focus this reading on that. I want to focus solely on love. This is not going to be anything about work, money, none of that kind of stuff, unless it comes up as part of the love reading. Sorry, the song in the background is kind of catching my attention. I wasn't in the reading yet, but we have Young Life Crisis by Upsall. That could be a message for someone that you may want to look up. So anyway, when I was looking at, you know, what were the crystals and things that I wanted to incorporate into the reading, like what is the energy that I wanted to bring into the reading, because we're talking about love and relationships, well, I was looking at what I had, and every single piece that I have picked for this particular setup here, including this particular box, actually, with the exception of the cards and the flowers, and actually I have a couple of rings here too that were gifts as well. But anyway, but with the exception of the flowers and the cards and this particular board here, everything here was a gift from someone to me. So they all hold special meanings. So I want to kind of leave this here, which means the reading may take an extra minute or two so that I can shuffle between, because I don't want to have to move my board out of the way. I want to keep the picture pretty. All right, so now take a minute to breathe with me, please. Hello, Scorpio. Go ahead and breathe with me while I shuffle the cards, and then we'll get into your reading. I do have to say that I shuffled the cards before I actually started recording for you. And we have the song Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. If you are a Scorpio who is either in one of two positions, because this is kind of like a pre-reading message that came through. I don't know, it might come through in the reading itself as well, but we'll see. So the cards kept talking to me, calling me the way that they were coming together. And it was either that Scorpio has to make a decision between an Aries and a Taurus. And they're kind of like, they've been in this I need to make a decision mode. Like maybe, okay, so basically based on what the cards were, I feel like a decision has already been made, and it's kind of skewed more towards the Taurus or the earth sign. If it's not a Taurus, it was an earth sign, a fire sign or an earth sign. More than likely Aries or Taurus, because the two cards were the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, and those are the cards that represent Aries and Taurus. So either we have a Scorpio here who's trying to choose between two, and they're kind of leaning more towards the Taurus, or there's a Scorpio here who has already made, they've made this decision. They already know that this earth sign or the Taurus is their person, but maybe they haven't. It's like they're still thinking about it. They're still in their head. And I say that because it was the Emperor sitting above the Four of Swords, which was above the Two of Pentacles. And so, you know, there's this, like the Four of Swords is a break. It's like a rest, right? Taking a rest to think, to heal. And the Two of Pentacles is a decision to make between two, right? Which is the reason that I thought it might be a decision between Aries and Taurus for some, or it's just I've already made this decision on this, this very stable, either a Taurus or an earth sign or somebody who's just very stable, right? Very reliable. You just don't know like how to approach, what to say, when to say, something to that effect. So take that however it resonates. Let me go ahead and shuffle some more before we get into the reading. Excuse me, the reading, to see how everything else is going to play out. I need to quit smoking so that I don't have to keep clearing my throat on camera. Unfortunately, I haven't done that yet. We have the song One Way or Another by Blondie. All right. We've got the moon coming out. So this is fear energy. Worry. It can be sleepless nights. It can also be energy of like really have to pay attention to your dreams. It's everything that happens under cover of night, or 12th house. 12th house in the zodiac is mental issues, right? Mental health. But it can also be like your dreams, your fantasies, whether that happens in dream time or it's those things that you fantasize about, those dreams that you create in your waking time. But it's fear. We already spoke of fear energy based on what was coming through when I was just trying to clear the deck. There's a lot of fear and worry. So, interesting too with this song, it's like when we talk about things that happen under cover of darkness or under cover of night, and when I was saying that, she's talking about like, I'll follow your bus downtown, if the lights are all out, I'll see who's around. So there's like, I'm not really spying. Well, it's kind of stalker spying. I don't know. Hopefully it's not going to that extent where somebody's following somebody around town, because that's very creepy. But I do think that interesting. Now, okay. So anyway, what is this fear about? We've got the Empress, we've got the Seven of Swords, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles on one side, and then we have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands on the other. So on one side we have a lot of unreliable communication, a lot of messages that either don't make sense or are very confusing, right? And then on the other side we've got deception energy and impatience. So this is very feminine Venusian energy. So there's a feminine who's been deceptive. Because the Seven of Swords is the most prominent card on the bottom of this deck. Maybe that's why there's this stalking energy. I'm following to see what you're doing. Because maybe somebody has been deceptive, and now you're doing your research trying to find out, is it true or not? Like maybe did somebody, because this is a relationship reading, this is not a work reading. So if this is a relationship reading, maybe you're wondering if somebody has cheated on you. That's what this worry is about, right? And then all of these messages that you're getting over here are very confusing and not reliable. Like the information that you're getting, especially if you're keeping tabs on somebody, like through friends or social media, the information that you're getting back is not reliable. Very interesting energy. We have the song Not Enough by Juice WRLD. Is this like a crush where you're afraid to say something? But yet you're still upset if you think this person is with somebody else? That's so Scorpio. Oh dear God, that is so Scorpio. I'm not making fun of you. I have a lot of Scorpio placements myself, so I understand. That's why I understand that energy and why I'm laughing, because it's so Scorpio. That's mine, but I'm not going to go and stake my claim. Me be vulnerable? No way. Why would I do that? Okay, so what is this deception? Actually, I don't even need to pull any more cards, because I think very, very, very obviously someone is hiding how they feel. Very obvious that they are hiding how they feel. Because of fear. And this song is talking about drinking, probably to stuff the pain and fear down. And he's saying, I'm really scared that we won't stay together. What if I run out of your love? So you're suspicious of someone's love. Either this is a relationship that you're already in and you're suspicious that they're cheating on you, and so you've been tracking their movements, and it's probably just fear, or the information that you're getting is unreliable. Like, especially if somebody told you, oh, your person is off with so-and-so over here, that's not reliable information, right? Or if it's something you're picking up intuitively, it's based on fear, it's not reliable. Now, if this is the other situation where it is that you have, like, you're a crush on somebody, or you have feelings for someone and you're lying about it, like you're not being honest and upfront and saying anything about it, but you're still following them on social media, you're still asking other people about how they're doing because you want to know if they're with someone else, and it really bothers you that they're with someone else. Well, that's like another situation, right? Like, that's a situation where well, you have to decide what you want to do. Like, are you going to let fear overrun you, or are you going to do something more productive about it, right? Either walk away or say something. And I think that's probably going to be, that should be the advice, regardless of whichever scenario it is. If you are that suspicious about the person that you're with, that means that there's something you need to fix internally, right? You know, to heal that, especially if it's based on unreliable information or fear. And so in that case, like, if you need to heal, then that means you're not healthy enough to be in that relationship unless your person's ready to go heal at the counselor with you. We have the song, hold on. Ain't no rest for the wicked, cage the elephant. But if this is a case of you just not wanting to speak up about something or somebody that, well, not something, somebody that you want, because these are relationship readings. So if you're not willing to, or you're afraid to speak up to someone that you want, then you have to do something about that as well, right? That's either you've got to walk away or you've got to speak up. Especially with the energy of the eclipse and Venus Combust. I'm going to go ahead and just get a couple, like one last card, just to see what is your next step. What's the best advice for you in either situation? What is the best advice or what's coming next. That's actually a better question. What's coming next? What are you gonna do? Because I think the advice, like, it can't get any more clear that you have to make a choice. So what is your choice, right? Or as it stands right now, which way are you leaning? So you've got Temperance, look at, coming out over the moon, and this card right here is trying to jump out. And look at now with that, it's got the Ten of Swords underneath that. Heal, 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 heal. But literally what you're going to do next is you're gonna heal. I think. Okay, so with this Ten of Swords here, you're going to heal this betrayal. So especially for those who do feel that there's a betrayal, right? There's something that you need to heal around betrayal, whether that is that this person really is stepping out and you need to go heal from it, or you need to just heal the fear of betrayal, right? That sense of, oh, I can see it coming, I can see it coming, which is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You need to balance that out, or what's happening next, or what is most likely, which way are you leaning based on the energy right now? You're leaning towards balance and healing, overcoming that fear, overcoming that betrayal. We have the song Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. And so the reason for this is because of the Tower. That's the most prominent card you have on the bottom of the deck now, which is chaos. Something is going to happen. It's going to, either information or something is going to come suddenly that causes you to... Oh, interesting. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse. I didn't even know I had any cards in reverse on this deck. I don't read reversals normally, but it's in reverse right there. The Five of Cups, and that looks like the Queen of, or excuse me, the Two of Swords. If you do not, what this is saying, it's the Tower, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Cups reversed. If you are saying, if you're watching this and you're like, I don't have to do anything, I'm not going to make a decision, I'm not going to say anything, I'm going to keep spying on my person because I think that they're cheating, I'm not going to go to get counseling, I'm not going to change anything, you actually will, because the Tower is going to force a change. If you decide to stay stagnant in this situation because you do not want to overcome this pain, the Tower is going to come in and tear down whatever, you know, tear down everything down to its foundation so that you have to rebuild. Now we have the King of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups are the most prominent of these three cards here. Actually, they're the most prominent energies of the bottom here. It goes this one, this one, this one, then here, here, and here. So King of Pentacles is very stable, but there's choices and decisions to be made. There's probably quite a few things to choose from, some good, some bad. And you're conflicted about it, or at least this earth sign is conflicted about it, I should say, because the King of Pentacles, now that I think about it, in the very beginning, this is still Scorpio's reading, when I was doing the pre-shuffle, the King of Pentacles and the Emperor came out, and I thought you were leaning more towards the King of Pentacles. So again, this is another confirmation of that, but you're conflicted about this choice. Again, probably for fear, probably you're going to decide not to do anything, and probably something's going to happen that's going to make that decision for you, that's going to force you to confront and heal. You're going to have to confront betrayal, confront pain, and heal, whether you want to or not. Interesting, the verse, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me, just happened as soon as or came on the Pandora as soon as I said that. So it's possible that you have support around you that maybe that you can rely on as well in this situation. Let's get some charms. All right, so we've got Jupiter, the 11th house. So literally that's telling me like, you're like, allow your friends to bring in joy and fun and abundance, because Jupiter is very happy, you know, benevolent, abundant energy. Networking, going out and having fun with friends is a good idea. GED, maybe somebody needs to go and get their GED. That, you know, interesting. Also, we've got the rune of like God's breath, communication, answers, but it's almost in the reverse. So, you know, maybe this is like, hold on, let your friends help you. Let your friends help you find answers. What is this? GED. A GED is a general, what is it? A GED is something, I got my GED, but I don't remember exactly what the initials stand for. General education degree, that's what it stands for. A general education degree. It's like your high school diploma, but not, right? Interesting. We have the song Ava, My Way by Ava Max. So with your GED, your general education degree, it's like you have to pass a test. Let your friends help you. You might have the wrong information, because that's almost in the reverse. It's kind of neutral, but it's almost in the reverse. So maybe the information isn't, well, we already knew that the information isn't as reliable as you thought it was. You know, with this particular charm, it's all about having the right tools for the job, being prepared. That can be something that's coming through as well, like a side note, like maybe you need to get your degree in something, or maybe if you need to get, maybe you don't have your diploma and you need to get your GED, or that would really help you. And then we have my butterfly amethyst, right? It's like, it's all about transformation and change. So with these two coming out, like, be prepared for big changes. If this is a test that you need to take, to get some sort of degree or something, really, you're going to need to study. Don't just rely on your intuition for the answers. Like, I feel like that's what that's saying. Like, study, 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 study. Be prepared. Prepare. Like, I don't remember how many times you're allowed to take the GED test. But there might be something about that, like maybe you're only allowed to take the test once, or you've only got one chance or shot at this, right? So that's the reason that's saying make sure you have all the correct tools that you need before you do attempt this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything you can to help me, and I thank you very much for watching.